Hey you guys, welcome back to my practice walkthrough. We are going to be progressing to the next boss. This boss is technically an optional boss, but it is what lets you get boss weapons, so I would highly recommend fighting it even if you are scared. If you're really scared, you can just wait until you're a higher level and then come back and just demolish the boss. I don't think there's any point in that. We can crush the boss at this point very easily. So as you can see, all these arrows, these come from our giant friend. And whenever you see one of those white trees with all the glowing stuff around it, that's how you know the giant is protecting it, and he will be able to help you. So there's a bunch of baddies here, and he is going to kill them for us. You can just back up, and an arrow will arrive and kill them. These arrows cannot hurt you because we made peace with him. Ow. Come on, arrow guy. Oh, you shot the wrong one. Shoot these two. I will do it myself. Okay. He dropped rubbish. Thank you for your rubbish. So, grab the young white branches. You can use these to turn into your environment. I like to save them. There's a quest in the DLC, which we will cover much later, that you do need those for, but you only need one. You get more right around that area, so it doesn't really matter. But this guy, you can see his hat, he's waiting up there to ambush you, so just walk on over and then yee! Good, he missed us. Yeah, I just kind of panicked rolled my way to safety there, so make sure you come over here and grab your ashes, Mortician's ashes. That might be what unlocks the key, actually, not the killing of the boss. Might be that. I'm going to have to clarify that in my notes for my official version of this walkthrough, once I've actually figured out what I'm doing. So you're going to want to make this jump. Just parkour. Very easy jump, as you can see. A lot of margin for error. And this is an undead bone shard. Makes your Estus flask heal you more. So good stuff. A couple enemies in this building. If you just... Oof! Die. Red-eye guy. If you're worried about the red-eye guy, just run on out here and let our friendly neighborhood giant with a bow kill him. I actually think he has to shoot him twice. Where's my arrow? There it is. Yeah, he does. But charged heavy on get up. And the arrow's going to land, but as you can see, doesn't hurt you. But if you try to come through here without talking to him, those arrows will hurt you and likely just kill you outright. So don't do that. Come over here, break those, and then we're gonna jump. Just stay close to the wall, jump, and grab the great scythe. Scythes are hard weapons to use, but they're really fun, so that's a perk. Alright, so open those doors. The boss is that way. Don't fight him yet. But we're going to rush down here. There is one item back here that we have not gotten yet that I want to get. So there's Doggo. You can jump and attack. Then grab this. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and homeward bone out so that I don't have to fight all those guys. So for this boss, feel free to go spend all your souls and buy consumables. Consumables in this game are extremely overpowered. The newer you are, the less likely you are to want to use them. Use them. You're going to feel like you don't have very many of them, so you don't want to waste them. Don't waste them. Almost all consumables are very easy to get. And what's the point of having them if you never use them? So make sure you go ahead and use them. For any sort of tough fight, you don't want to waste them usually on any small guys walking around, but if somebody's really giving you trouble, you want to use consumables. So I have a few favorite consumables that I'll show you guys right now. The first are green blossoms. They just increase your stamina, let you get more hits off. think we talked about them a little bit earlier, but they are kind of my go-to consumable. The other can buff your weapon. So a perk of a weapon like the Baymore, which is, of course, the Claymore, is you can buff it because it's not a special weapon. So what you do, so I'm going to put the green blossoms on, and then I'm also going to put charcoal pine resin on. So that applies fire to your right hand weapon. And then because this is a fairly long fight, I'm going to put a charcoal pine bundle on. So bundles, your guy can do it very, very quickly, and these take a little bit more time. But of course, the pine resins last a lot longer as opposed to the bundles. But yeah, so that's what I'm going into the boss fight with. So, all right, feel free to spend your souls. I'm not overly concerned about this boss, but who knows? Maybe I'll get embarrassed. Wouldn't be the first time in this walkthrough as I'm trying to talk while playing. So we're gonna go ahead and run up these stairs. If you just stick to the left, nothing will follow you, which is nice. So the fight does not begin immediately, so you can just stick over to the right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use a green blossom. I'm gonna prep my charcoal pine resin. We're just gonna want to kill this red-eyed guy first because he's the toughest enemy in this arena other than the boss. And that giant tree is the boss. So kill these bad guys. The boss will kill most of them for you, but you kill him in one hit, so why not? Do not attack his crotch yet. If you attack anything but these giant bulbs, you won't be able to damage him, actually. So you want to hit his hand first. It's that hand, and once you bust it, it'll do a lot of damage. Then you want to come to his leg. Oh, and I got his leg already. Got it in one hit. Then you're going to want to go for the crotch. Oof. So he just killed all his friends there. Oh, not all of them. Oh, he's rolling all over the place. He is not a happy camper. Oh, and he's dropping acid. Ignore the acid. Just stand in it, take it on the chin, and keep hitting that crotch. So if once he's staggered like this, if you haven't hit the hand or that leg, you're going to want to hit that now. So I'm going to go ahead and buff. Oop, didn't work. I'm going to buff as soon as I land. I'm going to use another charcoal pine resin. And then you want to run to his back. Oh, he's doing a drop. So this is the acid. Ignore the acid. It does not do enough damage for you to be concerned. Just tank it. That hand is going to try to grab you. Don't let it grab you. It hurts a lot. Oh. Oof. More acid. Alright. Now, once he's left over, just hit the hand. And he dies. And that is the boss fight. So it can be a little high intensity. I mean, my blood got going there just trying to talk while doing it. But yeah, that's the boss. It's a fun little boss. And as you can see, we are back where we met our good friendly invader. And now he's dead. So yeah, that's kind of sad, but go ahead and light the bonfire. Take a rest, and we are going to go on back to Firelink, because now we can get boss weapons. So we're going to get to have that conversation. So yeah, just a note about that boss. It's not an overly tough fight, but the fire makes it much, much easier. So I would highly recommend going into it with fire. Just damage the boss a lot more. So, as I said, don't spend your souls yet, because some boss weapons do cost souls, but it is always worth it. Come over to this guy, who we haven't talked to yet. Ludoleth. So you give him the transposing kiln. So now you can transpose the souls of the Lord. So each one shows you which boss soul gets you which weapon. Each boss soul gets you 2 weapons. So we can either get our Store's Spear, which does poison, and other than that is kind of bad. Or you can get the Hollow Slayer Greatsword, which does bonus damage to anything that's hollow, and a lot of the enemies in the game are hollow. So we're going to go ahead and get that. And then I have a choice between Vort's Great Hammer and Pontiff's Left Eye. If you are a dex build with a very fast weapon, the left eye can be really good. But before this build's done, we'll be able to have Vort's Great Hammer. Does a lot of damage, and as you can see, it does frost damage, which is not an infusion you can do yourself. Only certain weapons have it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the hammer. So before you do anything, I am going to say don't upgrade the Hollow Slayer yet. But go ahead, give her your ash, and then because you gave her the ash, you can now get the grave key. So buy the grave key, and then use the rest of your souls as you see fit. I'm going to level up. As I said, going for 20 health, so 20 vigor, and 20 endurance. So, yep, put 1 in each. And character's starting to fill out just a little bit. That's nice. So, that's going to wrap this episode up. Thanks for watching. And again, hopefully you tune back in for the next episode of my practice walkthrough. Thanks, guys.